So Nathan, it's the second win of the season, once again on the road, this time at Ashton United. A very relieving victory, I'm sure, and a moment of magic to seal the victory.
Clean sheet, 3 points on the road. It's really happy. We made things hard for ourselves in the end by not really putting the game out of sight again. That's a bit of a concern for us, but we stood firm. We've been resolute to their direct game. We've seen it out for a while now.
Yeah, and just looking at how the first half panned out, it was Whitby that got on the front foot early on and eventually got that goal 12 minutes on the clock through Priestley Griffiths, and real invention from there, isn't it? Just spotting the keeper off his line and getting it perfect, that strike.
It's a world-class finish, let's be honest. The technique behind it, the keeper's nearly tipped it over, but it's found its way into the net. It's one you're going to have to see on camera, but that's worthy winning any game of football.
Yeah, and as the first half panned out, really, it looked like it was always Whitby on the front foot trying to get that second goal without creating anything too clear-cut. But overall, would you say you were pleased with how the first half, the performance in general?
Very much so. We were in control. We were on the front foot. We had, obviously from point-blank range, our keeper saved one Sonny's ball to Jake Day, probably 3 or 4 yards out, and the keeper saved it. Again, 2-0, different game. But we always looked in control, and I think from Ashton's kind of direct approach to Phoenix and Saunders, who were a handful, we contained it really well.
Yeah, and in the second half, one of the key moments there was substitute Aaron Haslam coming on and then hitting the post, and if anything, that almost seemed to sort of what kicked into Ashton into gear. They were looking not to be 2-0 down, but I suppose that's the one concern, the fact that just couldn't bear that chance, that he gave Ashton that something to fight for. Yeah,
listen, it's unlucky. I mean, you're a whisker away from scoring the goal. It changes the game again for us, but he got into a good position. It's unfortunate, but that gives Ashton a little bit of a let off, and it lets them go again. So, but again, we've dealt with it.
Yeah, and once again we saw in that second half that when under pressure, how resolute the defence are at keeping putting the low block in, and they've ultimately shamed them not to make too many saves on the back of that.
To a man, every single one of them. Even the subs who've come on in Hackett, Haswell, our 2 wide men in Harry and Spellman. These are young boys who you wouldn't associate with the physical side of the game, the footballers, and very good ones at that. But they've showed throughout the last 3 games that's what they're doing. They're doing the hard yards for us, and it was just one huge team effort.
Yeah, and again later on as well, Whitby on the counter, having a couple more chances to kill the game off. Once again, they just couldn't quite find that goal. But as we saw last week, it was just disappointing to concede in the dying stages. The game management today really felt like that wasn't ever going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, we say that, like, we've defended resolutely. They've thrown the kitchen sink at it, but we've allowed them to do that. Jake will be kicking himself. It's another one-on-one that we've missed at a crucial time. So the positive is, let's not look at the negative. The positive is we're getting in those positions, and it's only a matter of time before the goals start clicking, and we are killing games off. But it's just a massive positive sign for us, the club, the fans. You can see it in the games. We're looking solid. We're creating chances. We certainly don't look like a team that's down the bottom of the league, so we need to carry that on. There's a long way for us to go. We're going to take little small steps. We need to try and get out of that relegation zone, and then we'll kind of restructure it. But at the moment, the lads have done really well. They've done everything I've asked of them. For 3 games we've been solid, and let's be fair, 3 away games we've been lucky not to get 9 points.
Yeah, you mentioned about those 3 away games, obviously getting the 7 points in those, but just how solid the team were looking, in a complete contrast to what we saw a few weeks ago.
Massive. That's credit to the lads, because they're the ones out there that are doing it. Confidence it's a strange thing. They've found something within inside themselves. We've helped them to get there as a team. But yeah, it's chalk and cheese to where we were 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and just looking ahead, back in action on Saturday in the FA Trophy this time against a side that I'm sure you learned plenty from that original league game we played just over a month ago. And I'm sure as well on the back of that you probably feel quite confident, given the fact that really the goals we gave them were gifted to them essentially. Yeah,
well listen, it's the trophy. We obviously want to do well in it. The nice thing is for us, it's a lovely surface. It'll suit us. Guys are obviously getting a different team to what played them a few weeks ago. It's one of them. We need to obviously see how we've come out with today. We've had a couple of lads come off with niggles and knocks. We'll see how we are on Thursday night. But yeah, we're full steam ahead, and we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.